asking me all the time for Apple ID verification. What the hell? Link when you can, please, GP. No notification from YouTube. It's because we did that extra, that short one yesterday as well, wasn't it? Can you delete one? Can you delete one of them, Jilly? No, I know. Oh man. When does that 24 hours run out? It's gonna be running out at. Do what? Yeah. Exactly. Hello, good evening, and a welcome. No, he's coming out of this runway, mate. Yeah. That would be slightly disastrous if he went down the other runway. Of this departure. Left turn, Clyde. It's almost as soon as that gear's up in it. Yeah. Okay, folks, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Very calm conditions here in Anchorage. I'm being quiet because I respect the quietness and the sereneness of what is around me. Hopefully not a big grizzly bear. Would be a fantastic amount of respect going on there, even if he has got a big boopy nose.
Bit quiet.
It is, isn't it?
Oh. Go back down my other spot.
Yeah, folks, just to let you know that we are still having major issues with the app for Android. It just seems to be causing us. It's sending us round and round circles. If you're in any way slightly technically savvy, tech savvy, then you know what we're talking about, because the system for updating it just keeps sending us. Well, I say us, it's Jilly. Round and round in circles, literally, and some of the notifications that we're getting from them are that actually don't make sense. So everything's working fine on iOS, but I'm sorry, but Android is just causing us major issues. We are going to be reaching out to our app developers. Would that be right, would that be right, Julie? Because I mean, we developed the app ourselves, or created it, built it. We built the app, but the developers were having some issues with them, and it's quite simply a case of pull your finger out, buck your ideas up, or we'll go elsewhere. It's as simple as that. Because we can't be having that. Not when we've got so many thousands of people relying on us for the update. Mark Jenkins looks strange, no snow. There's a bit of snow on those mountains, isn't there? Yeah, it is a nice lineup. I think there is a Saturday operation with Everts today, but it may not be with any of that set over there. I think they may be doing some sort of like some local sort of like, well, I say local, some regional or you know, the operations that they use other aircraft for, the smaller aircraft, stuff like that kind of thing over there, you know. Mind you, that's commuter stuff, and that is ACE, isn't it? That's ACE operations there. But of course, they operate out of Fairbanks as well. Quite a bit of freight. Quite interesting, really. -1 here at the moment, folks. Something on approach for the southern runway, I think it is. Jason Hendon, Aidan Campbell, Big Trains TV. My eternal gratitude for your above and beyond continuous work. Well, you've got to put the time in, you've got to put the effort in, haven't you? You know, when you've got people relying on you twice a week, you know. That's why I only have one holiday a year, and that's in June. That's my golfing trip. That's it. The rest of it is. I'm guessing that is downtown Anchorage, isn't it? Is that anchored down in Anchorage? Guessing it. Oh, no, actually, hold on a minute. Maybe that's downtown Anchorage there. Looking quite nice. Lloyd Bell, that was an Embraer BizJet that has just landed. Oh, yeah, nice. Oh, hello. It's quite smart, isn't it? Oh, wow. Someone's got some money, haven't they? listen to the train. Listen to the train. Phone us individually. I think it's 1 degree centigrade, isn't it? Not Fahrenheit. -1 centigrade. Oh, Paul Hodgson's got to go back to work, you see. Okay, I can just see this one. Looks like a UPS 767 I'm seeing. Adam Ross, yes indeed. Yeah, beautiful. Silence! Tell you what I might need to do is just move this yeah, of course we're gonna try and catch arrivals. We're gonna try like we did yesterday. If you were with us yesterday, you would have seen we did catch arrivals. Many of them. And what fun it was too. Okay, we're anchored now. I liken this to a bit like early morning at a race meeting or something like that, when things are just starting to set up and people are starting to move around a little bit. Go on flight radar and you will see a conga line, folks, of aircraft. And of course, as we are all now aware, well, not all of us, but you know, many of us, that those aircraft that park down there on remote are literally coming to feed on the fuel that they offer here. Oh, what's that? Oh, is that China? Is that, what's that landing? Aidan Campbell, more than 40% of Alaska's population lives in the city. Of the 50 states, only New York has a high percentage of residents living in its largest city. Wow! 40% of Alaska's population live in the city. That's crazy. That's crazy. Charlie Prevost. Yes, it does. It looks cold, and it is cold. It is beautiful. Oh! Ah! Our prayers have been answered, ladies and gentlemen. We're just deliberating, folks. Freeview, do you want to do Freeview? Happy with that? Dennis DeVries, Lloyd Bell. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Yep. 60 minutes on the clock. do Freeview at this point, Chilly, though, isn't it, with nothing going on? Yeah. So sure that within that hour we'll get at least one departure. Anybody DM Finpar, we do sometimes, well, we do often, when we're on an overseas trip in the US, we will always do like an hour's Freeview, just to let people see that we're here, really. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mojave. Thank you, Jane, Rab H, Jason Hendon, Bruce McDonald, Dennis DeVries, Chicky Armitage, Mandy Benson, Helen Clapp, Stephen Remy, Fiona, Liz Coulson, Adam Ross, Squidell, Escape. Wayne Dyer's just got the notification. So a lot of people saying they got a notification. A woot clink. A woot clink. Good day to you. Oh blimey, Chicky Armitage is bombed straight in there with 50 Big Jet TV memberships. Oh look, I'm getting notifications all over the place. Oh no, that's Jerry's luggage left behind. It's only down there in the car. Stewie O'Connor, thank you for the gift. Sub only just found out about it. Thank you very much indeed. Well, chat going a little bit nuts. Morning folks, hope you're doing well. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Let's just have a little look, shall we? So look where you are, lad. I think that is, I got a brief glimpse of it. Is it Asiana's Jumbo just touched down? Is that one of their long tops? I think it might have been one of their long tops, I don't know. Okay, 4:09 in London. 11:09 on the east coast of the United States of America in New York City. Tokyo, 12:09 a.m. Just gone midnight. Brisbane, 1:09. Auckland, 3:09. Toronto, 11:09. Los Angeles on the west coast, 8:09. Calgary, 9:09. Mumbai, 8:40 p.m. Good evening, Mumbai. Louisville, 11:10. I'm just reading through all the ones I got saved on my phone. Oh, let's collect her. Sorry. Sydney, 1:10 a.m. Dubai, 7:10 p.m. Houston, 10:10. Now, folks, this is going to be a great departure. If you're at all into your aviation and you've just joined us and you're on Freeview, this is a DC-9. I will not have it said it's an MD-83. Let's stay traditional, shall we? Good old JT-8D powered DC-9. This thing's going to make some noise. What's the sci-fi, Julie? Sci-fi. Oh, Diane 78, 17, 5:10 in Holland. There we go. Yes, an hour ahead. Sorry, Diane. I obviously don't have any of the European destinations on the world clock. It's coming over. Might try the reversers just as he's taxiing out. Might just double check they're working, operating correctly. Big buckets on the back of her. I'm sure they're quite an exotic material. We were discussing that yesterday when we saw one of these land. It's a treat, folks. I'm going to say this is a real treat to see this DC-9. I don't know. I've got no idea. I couldn't see anything in my monitor, mate, because it was... Coletta. He may come all the way up here, folks. This jumbo could come all the way up to this. Okay. You can easily have things, you know, it looks like it sometimes when they're clicking something on the overhead panel, or it sometimes look like they might be lifting their hand to wave, but all they're doing is this, turning the taxi lights on. It's gonna make some noise. Turn it up, folks, because this is a fight. Oh, Coletta's going over there. That's pretty standard procedure. Just... bits and bobs, bits and bobs. CF6. One thing that we really did learn yesterday is that the Dash 8 747 with the Gen X engine, you would have thought, I would have thought that the CF6 or the Pratt & Whitney powered jets would make more noise, but really it's only when they reach this point here, when they're actually coming past us, that you sort of like get the noise. But the crazy thing you'll notice, and I'm hoping that we're going to get this during Freeview so people can get to understand exactly what I'm talking about, is that the Doppler effect, which is when you have a vehicle or a sound travelling from your left to your right, it's like noise. It's a motorcycle, by the way. It's quite good actually, wasn't it? You really get the Doppler effect with the 747, the Dash 8, which is with the big Gen X engines. You get that noise, whereas this with the traditional 747 or the 400s, you do get the Doppler effect. Of course you do. You're going to get Doppler effect with everything that comes past. But the 747-8 is just, especially when she fires up down the other end. Much more howly. You don't even call it a classic, it's Jurassic, isn't it? From the 727 era. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the McDonnell Douglas DC-9. Oh, Joe Kawasaki, Pratt & Whitney PW4000s. My apologies, Joe. Thank you for correcting me on that. Pratt & Whitney PW4000s. I thought I saw the cone coming out the back, identifying it as a CF6, but might see a plume of black smoke coming out of the back of this or not, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, a little bit of black smoke there. Yeah, man. Oh, that takes me back to the good old days at Gatwick with the 111s and the... Oh. Yeah, thank you for correcting me on that. I appreciate it. Pratt & Whitney PW4000s. God, still hear him. Still hear him, look. Insane. Insane. Wow. What's that there? Oh, is it one of those shorts? Is it shorts? Look at this. Where else in the world do you get a backdrop like that, folks? Dougie J, I remember boarding and exiting Hawaiian Airlines DC-9 through the rear tail exit since there were no jetways. Doug, yes. I remember boarding a 727 at and a 111 at Gatwick through the back. Called the who's the geezer that jumped at the 727? At least the style, the type of steps that come out. What was his name? The fella that jumped out. Well, supposedly. Hey, Cooper. The Cooper, the DB Cooper. That was it. Yeah. Stuart Claxton. Mind the Bears. While we were all talking about bear watch and all that sort of, I am led to believe, folks, that there are unfortunately, and it is very unfortunate, there are homeless, some homeless people who live in the who reside in the woods out here. It is a public area for all to visit, but you obviously need to be fully aware. And a great shame for those folks who've fallen on hard times, obviously, at some point in their lives. A DB Cooper, Scott Amos. Bruce McDonald, better view than like London Heathrow. Oh. Did I just do something with somebody, folks? Diane 78. No, I didn't. Airstairs. Michael Field, yes. Jeremy Smith, Anchorage Airport pumps approximately 3.3 million gallons of jet fuel every day. Wow. Jeremy, thanks for that. 3.3 million gallons of jet fuel every day. Wow, man. How? Where does all that fuel come from? Wow. That's insane. Ray Griffin, flames coming out of the APU of APU on the plane with green tail with white wind design. We had a flame out, didn't we? An APU flame out. Did somebody say that there was... And there is a fire truck there. Did somebody just say that there was... That may have just been a flamey startup. May have been just some unspent oil in the combustion chamber in that auxiliary power engine. Dennis DeVries, 727 across the runway, looks like the engines are removed. Yes, it's a training platform, I'm led to believe anyway. That's 727. I think obviously a number 2 engine is, well, the cowl is still there, but the engine will have long since been removed. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if those, because didn't the 727 run the JT8D engine as well? Much the same as those DC-9s. So there's a good chance that the engines on that went straight up to... Ah, yes, there we go. Oh, yeah, I can see. It does look like a flame, doesn't it? Oh, my goodness me. That would be a serious issue there if that was like rocketing out like that. Yeah, that is incredible how that looks like that, doesn't it? Well noticed, whoever noticed that. Mojave, for anyone who's... I hear an engine start from a distance. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that if somebody says, look at that engine flaming out, look at the flame coming out the back of that engine, you could quite easily think, yes, wow. But it's too flashy. It's pulsing at exactly the same amount, so it would be highly unlikely. One of the Bowsers trying to make a run for it before it gets grabbed and sucked upon by a jumbo jet. Actually, looks quite insecty, doesn't it? National Air Cargo 737 got a beautiful DC-6 by the side of the road as a one of their gate guardians just outside here. I did say NAC, didn't I? National Air Cargo. That's an old jet, that is, man. Clip wings and everything. That's one of the early NGs, isn't it? Is that a 700 or something crazy like that? Proper old school. It's a 400, is it? Wow, that is proper old. That's, I'd say that's because the NG, the next generation, the NG. Oh, hello. And finally, full of fuel, she makes her way out. Grapple me right nuts. Oh, Roy Clayton, the NAC 737 ex British Airways, man. How crazy is that? XBA. We come all the way here and that's just fantastic. Dash 400 classic, yes. Oh, it is in the classic generation. I thought all the Jurassic aircraft were the ones that had the JT, the long cylindrical JT-8Ds, of which there is a beautiful example here at the museum, just over the other side. They've got a Jurassic 737 there. But okay, so the classic, when did it go from classic to NG? Because I thought it was the CF6 engine that classified it as a next generation, but obviously I'm completely wrong. And that's only a 400 as well. So that's got to be the first of the CF6 powered examples. Oh, we got a 777 coming out, folks. 31 years old, Adam Ross. Wow. Smith Aviation, the landing gear goes up a lot quicker compared to London Heathrow. I don't know. That definitely won't be the case. Maybe an optical illusion, but certainly the undercarriage retraction will be exactly the same wherever it is in the world. But it may be, like I say, just because of the angle that we film from. It's a lot. Let's watch that go through there. NGs have new wings, new tails, new horizontal stabilizers, and new engines. Okay, NGs. Okay, so that's a classic. Yeah, that is. Yeah, little stubby wings on her. Incredible. Only the 737-100 and 200 had the JT-8Ds, Dennis DeVry. As of the Dash 300 till 500 are classics. Okay, so just the ones and twos had the, thank you Dennis, Michael Birchall, Beach 1900 on approach to 07. That's just down the end there, folks. We'll show that in a bit. Wow, Michael Field, my brother has gotten bored in retirement. Listen to this. That's a great one. My brother has gotten bored in retirement and now works for United at, that's Louisville, isn't it, IAH, as a bag handler and ground crew. No, sorry, sorry, man. It's Houston, my apologies, yes, sorry, all right, don't laugh too. It's early morning, man. It's early morning. Give me a break. Yeah. You've had all day. Mate. I've got up. SDF, of course. My apologies to Louisville. No! I'm not going to read the comments now for another 5 minutes until everyone's stopped laughing about my geographical lack of geographical expertise. How long have you been doing this, mate? Yeah, but I like I say, I'm just going to leave that excuse where it is. I'm going to park it right there at 7:29 in the morning. At midnight, I was. It was very unfortunate that the next door neighbours came back and started playing rap music. So I had to smash the flipping. It's like. It's like flipping heck, mate. So yeah, I had to get the one of my boots on the wall. They did turn it down. Proper Victor Meldrew. Yeah, but at midnight, mate, I felt like giving the door a right proper slam on my way out this morning at bleeding 5:30. Or 5:15, whatever it was. But I thought, you know what? It might wake them up, but it's going to wake all those other innocent people up around me, because if I had slammed it, I would have slammed it proper. Here we go. I think we've got this APU just fired up. So we're left with Cargo Lux and Cathay, and those are both recent arrivals. Now, here's the question. Depending on where that aircraft is headed to, whether it's inbound from the east or whether it's as in the Far East, because it's actually the west from here, isn't it? Whether it's coming from the west and is heading east down into Europe somewhere, will always depend on the amount of fuel that's put on board. But anything from what, 90 to 110 tons, something like that, I don't know. Caledonian sleeper with McDonnell, Douglas and Boeing merging in 77. The DC-9 entered service in 99 as the Boeing 717. Yeah, the 717's a very sort of like very highly modified DC-9, isn't it? Those of us like me who right at the beginning saw a 717 and was like, ooh, it's a DC-9 or MD-80. It's like, no, mate, no. There are very many distinguishing features about the DC-9 that the original versus the modified 717 and so on and so forth. As far as I can see, anyway. Tony Stark's flight radar not showing any aircraft at Anchorage. Brandon Planespotter. I saw an aircraft over Kent a while ago on Flight Radar 24. Should be coming into Anchorage, is he saying? That's interesting. That's probably coming from where? Something like Milan or Munich or I mean Martinair out of Schiphol proper, possibly, you know. No. Martinair don't come here anyway, do they? Okay. Marjorie Neri. Good day to you, Marjorie. Stephen Griggs, love the cargo side of Big Jet TV stems from helping load a Bristol Britannia 76 in Manston as a 16-year-old. Wow. My old man flew Britannias, can you believe it, for British Eagle. Oh, it is from Milan, right, okay, there we go, Nippon freighter from Milano. Chino, you brecca my heart. What's that at the gun? That's a jumbo, isn't it? It's a UPS freighter, is it? It's quite a tight turn, isn't it? Yeah, it's a shame there is no position down there, folks. Of course, I know you probably it goes without saying, should I say, that if I had the opportunity to go and catch landings over the other side, by golly, I would. So unless there was somebody with an off-road vehicle that can take us out to some remote section in the woods where we don't have to walk for like half an hour or maybe even longer than that. That's somewhere that we're going to go and explore a little bit later on. But do we have any Atlas Air or Polar Jets inbound at the moment? Because that's a good position overlooking the ramp there at Atlas Air and Polar. Okay, got an Atlas Air jet 19 minutes away, folks, so that's quite good. And that will, is it a Dash 8 or a 400? Niklas Twist, UPS 747-8 inbound, runway 7, 5 minutes from Louisville, or Lurville. I know was that a smoky startup over there? I just saw a little bit of smoke drifting across the... Is that engine start? No, I don't think so. I'm not seeing any nav lights or beacons or anything like that flashing at the moment. DM Finpar, I wonder if there'll be F-22s today. ANG pilots frequently fly on weekend to get their hours. Yeah, I don't see any reason why not. I don't think the armed services stop for the weekend, do they? Hello. The fire! The fair's on fire! I'm sorry, we cannot reach you at the moment. What's that in? It's the weekend. Tony O'Reilly, good day to you. Tony Stark, yes, it is Ted Stevens International. ANC is your code. Got that one right. For Flight Radar 24. James Wurtell, the birds sound fantastic. Is that here? Or out in his garden? There is a bird behind me. He's quite... Blair A is a new member. Welcome, Blair. DM Finpar, ANG, Air National Guard, US Air Force Reserves, kind of. Interesting. Wow, they're reserves. It's a serious operation then, if there's a reserves. Tony Rivers, very funny. Ross Tyrrell, great audio from Anchorage. Korean Air Cargo 747-8 inbound, also Graham Leggett saying thank you. Oh, Screaming Emu, it does sound like a very peaceful morning in Anchorage. That's why I like to keep my voice as quiet as I possibly can. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? At that level there. Always look them up. Anchorage should be nicknamed the King of Queens. It really should. That's a great... That is a good one. I like that. Run with that one. 7 aircraft inbound, all wide body with 3 747s. Andrew Flyer. Tony Stark needs some MD-11s. You need some MD-11s, Tony. There's a clutch of them down there, look. But they won't be going out till much, much later today. So most of these jets, anybody just joining us, Anchorage is primarily, although they run passenger operations from here with Alaskan, as you can see here, and Delta as well, I think, flying here as well. But most of these heavy freighters that you see dotted around, the remote stand down there especially, these guys are not offloading and loading freight, unlike these guys here who do have some freighter operations. But a lot of this stuff is also being transferred from one aircraft into another aircraft bound for outside the US, so to speak. But also there's a feeder operation here at Anchorage, other aircraft round the back there. I think they're ATRs. I think they're ATR freighters, aren't they? Or they're even those smaller ones. But primarily what these guys will do, they'll come in, sit where they are right now, and they are literally just gorging on fuel. 3.3 million gallons, was it? Did it, or litres, or tons, or whatever it is? It's pretty enormous. Just sit through the bushes there. Yeah, that's kind of a crazy shot, isn't it? Yeah, it was pretty crazy yesterday. Managed to get capture some stuff from down there as well. Both the, I think this is that 7 left and right that's in operation. Well, it's actually just 7 right he's landing on, I think, is it? Is he landing on 7 right? I think he is, yeah. So yeah, these aircraft, the long haul operations, they will be going from, say, Europe all the way up to Anchorage and then fueling for the final leg of their journey, and vice versa on the way back. But aircraft like these, this UPS 747, could also be ram-packed full of electronic goods from the Far East. how much longer the wing is on the NG jet compared to that 400, which had crazy stubby little wings. I think the wing on that jet was the same wing that was that used the oh, here's another one, look. It's another one. So this is what we're talking about here, folks. Now hold on a minute. That wing looks a little bit longer, or is it just... Oh, no, sorry. It's the... I think it's the trim stabilizer that was making the wing look slightly longer. But this is great to see. Especially that last one that went out that was ex-British Airways. So we'll see what this this Dash 8 does in terms of what it's going to take off, or whether it's just here for fuel. It could park on one of the remote stands almost opposite us. Just looking to see whether there's any sign of any vehicles over this side. Not looking like it at the moment. But he'll make his way all the way up to the top end here. Michael Field, interesting note on the US Air Force DC-9, passengers sit backwards. That is a crazy thing. I've heard that mentioned a few times, and it does seem sort of like... No, this is not a 400. This is like as you can see, it's got the sharklets on it. CFM56. This is the next generation jet, not the classic like the 4. CFM56 engines. Okay, let's keep a track on this 747 with UPS. The guinea pig. Wee, 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 wee. His little mouth, look. Dennis DeVries, could you zoom into the open hangar? What kind of plane is that on with the blue stripes on it? To the open hangar. Okay, let me have a little scan of we're talking about down the far end of the airfield there. Linden Air Cargo operates a couple of Hercules C-130s from down that end. Just have a little look. Blue tail. There's buildings in it. That's buildings. That's buildings. There's more hangars. There's covered there. You got the private Embraer over there, and the two Linden C-130 Hercules. Got an old US Air Force broken up, part broken Hercules over in that compound as well that I saw yesterday. It's visible from here. just over to the right. Yeah, that you can't really see it. Private jet. No, it's not there, is it? Sorry about that. Right. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, ATC. Air traffic control. That sounds like a plan. But then I wouldn't be able to be online with you, Jilly. We'll do that. Okay. 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 Can you try it? Go on then. Because it's not going to be massively chatty, is it? Ground, I think. Or what about approach? Isn't there just one? Isn't there one where you get everything? Can you not just get everything? Approach, departures, ground. It's just one single tower here as well, isn't there? So. And now, the giants of the sky start to converge on Anchorage. Meanwhile, the smaller commuter aeroplanes.
Heathrow 32, Anchorage ground, runway 7 left at Yankee taxi via Sierra. Hold short of runway 33 at Sierra.
Yeah, not too overpowering, Jilly.
Heathrow 32, monitor tower.
Giant 8229 heavy, turn right heading 340. Anchorage Airport will be 3 o'clock and 8 miles in the turn.
Heading 340, Giant 8229.
I think that might be a bit overpowering, Jilly, isn't it? Perfect. Got it. Roger that.
62 is joining Romeo.
Heathrow 62 heavy, Anchorage ground, taxi parking via Romeo.
Place the parking via Romeo. UPS 63.
Avro Arrow, yeah. I always forget that it's legal in the US as well. That's better, yeah.
Anchorage ground, Alaska 48, East Charlie 1, West William. Giant 8229. Alaska 48.
Yeah, it's a good mix. It's a good mix. We like that. Anchorage ground. I love the American ATC.
Giant 8229 heavy, Anchorage Airport 12 o'clock, 7 miles.
Inside, Giant 8229.
Giant 8229 heavy, cleared vehicle approach.
Oh, I could seriously do with another cup of coffee. I've only had one cup of coffee this morning. And now I could seriously do with another
9286
one.
heavy, turn right heading 340, maintain 2000.
340, 2000, Korean
Can you, Yeah, I don't think they'll deliver out here, man. So that Dash 8 that we saw earlier, just now, there she is parked up there now. Normally by now, unless she's come in to receive freight, perhaps, I don't know, but normally by now that main cargo door is open. Bit of belly freight and, well, belly freight and top freight coming out of that 767. So now some of this freight, like I say, is not specifically here to be sorted and distributed here in Anchorage. It will be mainly moved on to other aircraft, like those jumbos that will be heading over to China. Wherever it might be going back.
286 Heavy, Anchorage Airport, 3 o'clock, 10 miles.
Inside Korean Air 90286.
Korean 9286 Heavy, cleared visual approach 978.
Deliver by Moose. Roger that. Did somebody say just Moose?
Korean Air 9286 Heavy, contact tower. X-157 Heavy, descend to maintain 2000.
My 737, yes, when I flew in here, whenever it was. Quite an old beater, I have to say.
Aircraft Anchorage, Kilo,
Alaska.
current altimeter 2989.
CFM powered Dash 8. Split scimitar winglet. The Mark 1 version of the split scimitar winglet. Roger that. Sorry, I don't know if I'm talking over the ATC or what is it like a Roger. Hello. So sorry if I do talk over the ATC. Shut up!
Calling clear, shaken.
China for the 431.
For the perhaps. Oh, that's
48.
There's Atlas Air.
I maintain flight level 200.
Climb 200.
Where's he at? Has he gone in? Oh, he's gone in, hasn't he?
6, squawk 7232.
40, FedEx 157 Heavy. 133, Operation 9, departure in
Screaming Emu, he's right, you know, Chile. Tower. Tower. Hold on a minute. I feel like tower only for ATC. Tower only? Do you want to try that, Chile?
32.
Alright, squawk 7232, China Southern 431.
Oh, okay. Tower is down, apparently, Screaming Emu.
Information, Bravo.
Aidan Campbell, the problem with ATC is you don't know what aircraft it is relevant to. Well, ground will now be telling that aircraft to make a left.
Field in sight, FedEx 157 Heavy.
FedEx 157 Heavy, code visual port, turn 7 right.
Good for the visual, 7 right, FedEx 157 Heavy. Anchorage Approach, Transport 307 request.
Good.
Hey, if you have a chance to pass it on to Elmendorf, could you advise them that we need to do an operational check
with
of
my
auto
it
RAM system and
make life a lot easier because then I would not be. I'd be able to stop when they talk.
Two calling at the same time. ASA 32, Anchorage departure, radar contact. And Air Transport 307, you said you need to do auto land over there?
Yeah, we're just doing
He'll
an
taxi all the way up to
evaluation.
here, folks.
Advise them, they could do their best to keep it clear. We'd appreciate it.
Yep, no problem. He's 32, code at King Salmon Airport.
Okay, you see, Adam Ross, he's not a massive fan of ATC, and I can understand that, you know. I can totally
Yeah,
understand
Transport 307
because
Heavy,
it does
maintain
interfere
6,000.
with. It makes it quite busy and noisy, doesn't it?
Station 65 acres clear, clear to San Airport, Water 1 departure, then is filed.
James
maintain
Barnes.
4,000.
Should we lose the ATC, Chili? Because if I'm got a feel of it. I'm talking over the. Chili, can you hear me or not? Yeah. Okay, killed ATC, right? Okay. I think the general consensus of opinion. I think that's a. I think the general consensus of opinion is it just gets too busy, and with me talking with the ambient sounds around us, which we also like to hear. It's not like Heathrow where I'm all loud and screaming. Okay, so yeah, we're talking about the scalloped cowling on the 747 -8. We discussed this yesterday. The reason why the -8 it was given the -8 number was because of the technology that it borrowed from the 787 program. Engines to start with, the Gen X engine with the scalloped cowl, which is a NASA design. Not a lot of people know that. Somebody on here, actually a member of ours, told me that, or told us that. Made it commonly known that scalloped cowl was developed by NASA and is unique. Well, I would say intellectual property that is of Boeing's, a deal that they did, obviously with NASA, but also along with that the wingtip, as you can see there, the raked wingtip, and of course lots of technology on board the aircraft as well. So the -8 there, you can see the wing, very Dreamliner-esque. As opposed to the 400, of which we don't have any here, do we? There aren't any. They're all -8s at the moment. Yeah, I think the general consensus actually is it's too interfering. You either have one or the other, don't you? You either have me nattering and talking to people, or you have... we're putting a poll up, are we? Dun, 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 dun. Oh. I hope that no ATC wins it, I have to be honest with you. I'm a bit biased on that. Might swing the result there slightly. Just bear in mind, folks, if I could hear the ATC in live, then I would obviously, I think the best thing to do, Jilly, is for me to use the comms phone for you to call me, and then I'll play it out on my phone. And then I can do it live so that I don't get any interference. Do you see what I'm saying? So we'll get the comms phone in the loop. Yeah. I can hear a big wasp. Type out the ATC, brilliant. So he's already given that guy a stand to go and park up on. He's going to make a right-hand turn any moment now. It should do anyway. Well, he's gone quite far. Oh, yeah, blimey. It's just a bit of an illusion, isn't it? Now, we can be up on that bank, folks. See, just above the flight deck there now, that canopy up, that bank up there, I can access that point. But to be perfectly honest with you, I would much rather I wasn't on my own. Oh, okay. That, yeah. So that was. Is that coming off or is that going on? It's coming off. Isn't it? Okay, interesting. So is that going to go on to another flight, or is that possibly some stuff going to be trucked? I don't know. Obviously, there's a big enough. You know, there's quite a few malls around here. You know, like the shopping malls that have the AT&T stores, T-Mobiles, and the Verizons, and all that kind of stuff. So lots of tech. Mark B, yes, talking about the little fins on the engine cowls. They are strakes, sorry, and they are vortex generators basically. Let's see if I can pick one up. What he's talking about. Usually they're sometimes on the 737 they're left and right, but some aircraft they're just on the inboard section of the cowl. But yeah, they direct the airflow around the engine, because the engine on an aircraft is a very is quite a turbulent piece of equipment, which you can just about see the strakes there, the vortex generators behind the on the front cowl section. It's the whole nacelle. 767 should have them on as well. There we are. There's a perfect example there. You can see that grey sort of like eyebrow. See the eyebrow on the engine. That's a vortex generator. Direct the airflow, split the airflow. Sometimes called a splitter as well, where you split the airflow partly to go under and below and above the wing. But yeah, interesting to know that you know an alternative, folks, an alternative folks would be you can go on your phone or you can go on a device and you can now listen to this thing howl, and you can download the app, can't you? Is it Live ATC, I think, the app, and then you just select it. Maybe some folks are able to sort of like well, obviously if you're only on one device that would be a little bit difficult, because you can't mix the two, unfortunately. Is that it then? Is that the result? Oh, okay. Okay, it's tight, man. It's tight, folks. Yeah, it is the fairest way to do it. Yeah, yeah. It's not dictatorship. Dictatorship is something where they make the decision and no one else gets to say, isn't it? Oh, look at this. You wouldn't want ATC over this, would you? Yeah. Well, I could just say mute it now, Jilly. And if I say mute it now, then bang. There we go. Okay. Okay, that'll work. But you'll hear me say ATC back on, yeah? Because you get the turn left in it. As soon as this gear's up, watch him crank it left. Left turn, Clyde. About 10 seconds after departure. That's the sort of standard departure. Wow! Yeah, folks. What did I say? I did say in the Freeview that we'd get at least one 747 departure. Fantastic. Lots more to come, obviously. Where we were at the beginning of the show, just to... Can't really even see those, can you? It's almost impossible to see those DC-9. Those DC-9s parked over there. I don't know if you can see the nose of that. Let me see if I can get it a little bit closer. The DC, look at that. Beautiful. Old school aeroplane, man. And we're talking about an aircraft that was originally delivered to the US Navy or Air... I think it was the US Navy, wasn't it? So some people mixing it. Still running the APUs on that 7.4. So no doors coming open. Straight in there. With the fuel. Some of them, those ones further down on the lower ramp. So, let me just have a look there. Is that the fuel? I think it is, isn't it? Is it? Yeah, you can see the lines there. You can see the lines there. Can you see the lines there? What's that, GP? Cool, blimey, I tell you what. My old fingers are a bit bleeding taters, Jilly. Look at that. Got the hand warmers going, but blimey. Whew. Okay, let's just have a look here. Oh, there we go. Oh, I thought it was, to be honest with you. I thought it was, Jilly. I thought... Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I kind of agree with that, though, mate. Yeah, but let me just... Yeah, but Jilly, I have to say, it should be the members that get the vote. Yeah. Oh yeah, welcome all premium members as well. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know, but it's, you know, I mean, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Jim Monteith, what is ATC? Air Traffic Control, Jim, where the teams in the control tower, as you can see down there, will be communicating with the pilots, handing out taxi instructions, pushback and start clearance. Like I say, taxi, he'd taxi to Sierra, for example, turn right on Tango or, and then left on whatever, Kilo. He's going around the back of the bike sheds, this guy. Hello, hello, is that Cargolux jet going out? Is that Cargolux going out? It is, isn't it? You said that, you told me that. Too bleeding all caught up in your flipping ATC thing. PXBLIC, is the discount still available on the Garden Inn Hotel at Heathrow? The Hilton Garden Inn PXBLIC. Yes, it is still available and always will be. 30% discount at the Hilton Garden Inn, Hatton Cross. Go to your perks on your YouTube channel and it'll tell you all about exactly how to navigate through that and go and get your discount code and book the hotel. Room 747, you want to make sure that you are on the west facing side on the 7th floor. To be honest with you, even if you're on the 6th floor, it's not such a bad thing. But 7th, you're right at the top. Of course, you can get room 747. Bryden McGee, MD-11 cockpit windows. Is there a reason for that? The last window of the cockpit window is much larger than the rest of the largest window of any aircraft from that era. Yeah, good point. It is a crazy big window, isn't it? He's talking about there, the aft section of the cockpit. It is massive, isn't it? In the earlier variants, the DC-10s would have had a flight engineer sitting in that vicinity there. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it in terms of the redesign of the aircraft when they took the. It's that one that we caught coming in, wasn't it? It's quite nice. Oh, imagine what it looks like inside there. Do you remember that one at Jet A1? Was it A1 Air 1X or something like that? The guys up at Stansted. The interior of the of those Embraers was just. It's another world, mate. It's another world. Seriously. Hear that FedEx 777. Jez White. Yes. The only way it would work, Jilly, would be if I had a little sort of like a fader that I could fade it in and out of, you know. Be like trying to have a conversation with someone who you don't know when they're going to talk. It's worth a try though. I think the best. Helen, ATC is the air traffic control. It's standard at any airfield. NATS is just one of the groups that are involved with controlling specific airports in London, namely Heathrow, Stansted, I think Manchester. It's NATS Manchester. She's long, she's long, she's long. radar box now. It's a name I haven't known for a while. Yeah, in hindsight, in hindsight, you know what? This has caused a little bit of a bitter sort of like, you know, twisted. You know, we're just going to leave it as it is, and I think we're just going to not have it. You know, can we just sort of like, you know, it seems to have created a bit of a sort of like, you know, a void between. Let's not, if it's so split and divided, let's just leave it as it is. We don't have ATC in the UK, so and we do without it here. So I think we can, unless, like I said, when I go for lunch, I will get our other phone, and I will potentially use my main phone as a speaker for ATC. But what would be preferable would be to have some kind of a mixer so I can fade it in and out. But beggars can't be choosers and all that sort of thing, but we'll see. But I think for now we're just going to leave it as it is, and panning arm collided with my phone. This would be so have we established the sort of like tonnage of fuel excuse me. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, right. Now, quick question. No 747s parked up down there, just that Korean triple. He shouldn't take that long to fuel. I'm thinking, shall I go and grab a coffee, Jilly, and we'll get that Atlas Air 747 going out, and hopefully he'll pull out and come right across towards us. Should we try that? Are we done with Freeview? Is it an hour yet? Okay. Oh, my apologies, folks. First class and super class members, we're going to be back with you in a very short space of time. I'm just going to literally nip up the road and grab a coffee, and we'll hopefully get that out to the Serre. Thanks to everybody else who's watching. Enjoy the rest of your whatever you're doing weekend, and we'll see you next week in London for all Freeview and Premium members. And of course, Premium members, you'll be able to download this same time next week to watch everything. And yeah, if you want to, and welcome to all our gifted members as well, 50 of whom Chicky Armitage very kindly donated. Gifted, sorry. So that is a good thing for them, and we will see you back here in around about half an hour, 40 minutes, something like that. We'll see you in a bit. Cheers. Okay, GP, it's a wrap.